Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, and that is because of the Black Lives Matter movement. I felt it would be really off color of me to talk about acceptance in a time where a community that I am part of is not being accepted by wider society. But we're back today. The movement is still going on. I'm going to put some petitions in the link in my bio. It's going to take you 2 minutes, show your solidarity by at least signing the petitions if you are unable to go to protest or you can't afford to donate. So yeah, let's get into it. Colorism is in fact a part of the theme of acceptance, and it is basically what colorism is when people of certain skin color are experiencing discrimination or prejudices based on societal implications of what is said about their skin color, usually within their community. It sucks, it's hard, it's painful, and it's just embedded in a lot of hatred. And I'm going to start with a story. So when I was at university, a few friends of mine were all hanging out and we were just talking, and I had actually been educated that day because I felt I had kind of had it hard. But my friend, who was much darker than I, was explaining some things to me that she had experienced as someone who is much darker than I and with kinkier hair than I. And there was this girl with us who I was not really familiar with. She's like 17 at the time, I think 17, 19. And she says so, she's like, there's a totem pole. That totem pole of beauty standard, which is also a good indicator of how deeply rooted colorism is that, and this is her words, right? One, at the top, a light-skinned woman with loose curls or white woman. Next, foreigners. Next, I think it was light-skinned Indian girls. Then underneath were like dark-skinned or medium-toned Indian girls who had nice bodies. At the same time with mixed girls with loose hair, who were kind of between light-skinned, dark-skinned. And then you just keep going, and to the bottom she leaves that there a dark-skinned woman with kinky hair, and she fell under that category. And she says to us, she's like, when I go into a room, people really look at me. And she said that with so much conviction, and that broke my heart. It also made me realize that I am somebody who experiences some level of privilege. And as somebody who is medium toned, who has loosish curls, who could to some people be obviously mixed. I mean, I have people calling me Reds, I have people who call me Dogla, I have been mixed up for being Dominican, sometimes with the influx of Venezuelans who came into my country. I have been pegged as exotic, and because of those traits that I have listed, I have experienced both ends of the spectrum. I have experienced the unjust advantages of being considered a light skin or red, and I've experienced the unjust disadvantages of being dark skin. It always depends on how the person I'm speaking to perceives me. And if they perceive me as one of the two, it will say where I am on that spectrum and how I'm going to be treated. I've lost opportunities because of the color of my skin. I've had men fetishize me, and I've had men say that they would not be interested in me because I was not light skinned. I've had Indian guys said that they would not bring me home because I'm not Indian, but that's a different topic, and we will get to that in one of my videos. And you could argue that what people think does not matter, and at its root it does not matter, but when what people think affects your access to resources, it becomes a problem, because colorism now becomes a tool of inequality and oppression. Colorism could sometimes take away people's ability to get a job. Colorism could sometimes take away a person's ability just to have a nice day, because just because you're dark skinned, you're ignored, you're not told a good morning, small things like that. Colorism affects the dating pool. Darker skinned people have a much smaller dating pool. And why that's a bad thing is because everybody deserves love, and everybody deserves to have the opportunity to have access to as many people as possible so they could find their soulmate. Not that you would want to find your soulmate in a person who is racist or has issues with colorism. What I'm saying is, if we were able to remove colorism, there would be a lot less people with that mentality and open up darker skinned people to more opportunities to find their partner. And that is why colorism is a problem, because it is in fact a tool for inequality and taking away people's opportunities and chances to experience a happier, more comfortable life. Because of course, the more opportunities you have, the higher the likelihood that you will find something that suits you the best. I'm sorry, this is a topic that I'm really passionate about, because it is something that I have experienced my entire life. And even when I've received the privilege of being considered a reds or a light skin, which I am medium tone as far as I'm concerned, I still felt the pain of being dark skinned, because I thought, wow, if you were one of those people who perceived me as dark, how would you have treated me today? And then I'm just like, I leave that train of whatever that person is offering. It is unfair, it is disgusting, it is depreciating, it is degrading that colorism exists in our communities, in both the Indian and the African communities. Why should the value of a person be determined by the color of their skin? We see it every day. We see it in ads, where how often do you see a chocolate person in an ad or in a carnival band picture? It's mostly brown skinned people like me, or lighter skinned people. It is literally everywhere. I'm sorry, I'm still getting accustomed to looking at the camera and not looking at like my phone itself. So yeah, I've heard the statement that if you paint a light-skinned person dark skin, objectively they probably would not be attractive. What that statement is really saying is that colorism is so internalized in our society that we see light skin, we think attractive, our head immediately turns. That is how ingrained it is in us. Because objectively, right, some of these people aren't as good looking as they are hyped up to be. Everybody's beautiful, but I'm just talking about when it comes to hyping people and how internalized it is. You see a dark skinned person, likely you're not gonna turn unless you get a good look at them. Just throwing in something, because I forgot to say it in the video. To you guys out there who keep saying your preference is light skin, stop using the word preference as a cover up for the fact that you have internalized colorism, and deal with it. Reflect on yourself, because guess what? Black women are gorgeous and beautiful, and you are pretty sucky to be a black man, and all you like to date is mixed girls, light skinned girls, and otherwise but black woman. Stop hiding behind your deep-rooted, sad mental slavery. Anyways, next. Do you see that parallel there that I am making? So why do we as Caribbean people, or anybody from communities where there are dark skin and light skin people, put on a pedestal? Actually no, I'm talking about Caribbean right now. Why do we as Caribbean people put on a pedestal light skin? So I'm gonna break it down for you. Massa was white. Massa owned our ancestors. Massa was a symbol of independence, comfortable living, and essentially happiness and freedom, because the only difference between a slave and Massa was actually color of their skin. They were both humans. If those slaves had not left Africa, they would have been living pretty chill lives. Our ancestors drew the conclusion from that light skin was better because it meant having happiness and freedom. In their world, it did. Our ancestors became so brainwashed that they correlated happiness and freedom with being white. When a slave had a child with a plantation owner and that child was lighter skinned, that child had a higher chance of living in the house, a more comfortable living, and possibly later on getting educated, in getting opportunities to white collar jobs. As you go later and later in history, you see them being more and more integrated into higher society. As you go more into recent history, you see them getting better job opportunities, while the abolished free slave had to pick up a trade like shoemaking. They were down upon for that. And the black person has to try harder. A good example of that is I saw a tweet the other day where someone said, most of these light-skinned girls with 3B hair don't have a personality on social media and they don't have to try. That wasn't the exact words, it was something along those lines. What that tweet really meant was, it was not an attack on light-skinned people. It was a social commentary on the fact that if you really do pay attention, how many dark-skinned women or dark-skinned men have viral accounts on Instagram or Twitter? Their content has to be on point. They have to be well educated. They have to be diplomatic generally. They have to bring something to the table that is more than a light-skinned person has to. It's a fact. You could be a cute light-skinned girl, post a selfie, and you go viral. Most of the times when I see dark-skinned women going viral is because they're in a bikini and oil up and have muscular, thick bodies. Or because they like put out a lot of meaningful content. Light-skinned women do not have to try as hard. Again, I am not coming down on this particular group of people, but I'm trying to, show you all what really exists out there. If you pay attention to your content on socials, think about it. And if you follow a lot of uplifting black women and men, and that is what your content is surrounded by, I'm very happy for you. But the fact of the matter is, most of those content out there that is viral, well followed from this community are light skins, are medium skins. The whole point of this is that saying all those things were just to show that in a lot of ways the light skin is better mentality still exists, and it is a result of slavery. Because again, these people have better opportunities. These people, I hate saying it like that because they are brothers and sisters to the community as well, but they have better opportunities because of the color of their skin, and we keep passing it on that unconsciously we see it means more comfortable living, and that's what people want. You just want to live comfortably, be able to be successful and get by in life, and that's why it's so rooted, because of what it symbolizes. What I'm saying to you is, wake up, search yourself, and find your internalized mental slavery and work on it. Do not pass this on to your children. Do not tell your kids marry a white man or a red man, or a white woman or a red woman, because your children will have a better chance. Do not buy skin lightening cream for your kids. I had somebody buy whitening soap for me when I was small. I threw it out. Do not engage in these behaviors, and do not over compliment your kid by saying, oh, your black skin is so beautiful. By doing that, you're saying, oh, they are gonna think, oh, why are you overemphasizing this? Is it not normal? We as a community and we as a society and a global village need to really come together and work on this. If we can collectively work on this, we can abolish it. I just want to say, light-skinned people, this is not an attack on you. This is education. You have privilege. Use it to speak up for your dark-skinned brothers and sisters. Uplift them. Speak on their beauty. Uplifting someone doesn't take away your spotlight. There is enough room for everybody. It just gives people more opportunities. and the ability to have their look be normalized and not be seen as a threat, and to just go about and not have to hear, you know, the stigmas that are attached to being dark skinned, because they shouldn't exist, but they do, and we have to work on them, you know. Dark skinned people, you are beautiful. From shades of sweet molasses to warm cocoa, you are children of the soil, blessed and highly favored by God and the universe. And I would like you to just pity the mental shackles of those who would think less of you for your rich skin. Rise above, educate, have your friends educate along with you. Have those heart-to-heart and let people understand what it is you go through. Because collectively, I am repeating, collectively, something could be done about this so we could shield the next generation from having to have these conversations. It would be so good to wake up in a world where the next generation literally does not have to think about light skin and dark skin. I think it is important to not be colorblind, because you should be proud of your culture and your rich heritage. But I don't know, man. It's a sticky subject. I'm not an expert. I don't have a master's in cultural I don't know. I would like to see the healing happen. I would like to just live in a world, like I said, where we don't have to deal with colorism anymore, you know? You know, I think I need a moment. Let us break the cycle. Let us uplift each other. Let us heal the society we live in and remove the shackles that the ghosts of slavery still haunt us with. Skin color is not a criteria for how valuable you are. Period. That's the end of that talk. So please like, share, subscribe, but mostly share. I hope this video was in some way, some basic information, not all the information, because it's already going on probably like close to 20 minutes. Do more research, do more reading, do more literature. My video is not enough to teach you about the topic. It is kind of just a beginner's video to shed some light. And please, I hope nobody feels attacked or offended by this. I know it is a touchy subject. I am just saying this is the reality of things, and we need to, like, you know, really band together and be there for each other to remove this virus, to vaccinate this virus that is colorism and all things that have pushed us in a place where we have to scream Black Lives Matter. And that is my dog coughing like an old man. Alright guys, peace out, have a blessed week, and you okay, buddy? See you in the next video.